Vandana, you have any requirements? Vandana, do you have any requirements? Okay, guys. Good evening, everyone. Very good evening. Happy Teachers Day. Oh, thank you, Samiksha. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So let us carry on with our concept today. Okay. So, yeah, we were studying about constructor, right? Constructor. Yes. Yeah, Pooja. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So we were studying about constructor, right? Yeah, Shivani. Thank you. Yeah, Priti. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Vandana. You can carry on. Yeah. Vandana, you can carry on with the requirements.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, guys. This is Vandana from the announcement team. Is my voice is audible? Guys, please respond. Is my voice is audible? Today, I'm here to announce the requirement, guys. I'll be sharing the screen. Hope the screen is visible, guys. This is testing requirement. Please check the snap of this slide. Guys, for the testing last designation link, yeah, link is there. I'll be sharing that link in the broadcast. If you are eligible, you need to register by yourself. For the other For the other requirements, within 1 hour, you have to share the details to the HR team in the QTalk app. Your name, contact number, company code. These three details has to be shared. They will revert back and help you for the registration, guys. And guys, please be active in the QTalk app, guys. Whatever the requirements we will be posting, don't share to anybody or links or any requirements to anyone, or else you will be the losers. And if you have missed out any requirements, don't worry, we'll be posting in the QTalk app, guys. You can check it there. So please be active in the QTalk app, guys. We will be posting a new batch update also. Okay, I'll be moving to the next slide. This is development requirement for this first designation link. I'll be sharing the link, and 7th September will be a interview date. Guys, please be active in the mails, calls, and messages. And if you get any calls or mails from the company side, please intimate to the HR team. And if you got any placed for the company, that also you need to intimate to the HRs, guys. Okay. And mock interview is mandatory, guys. Based on, if you're done with the mock interview, based on that interview, you based on that you will get more opportunity for the requirements. Okay, I'll be stop sharing the screen. And guys, when you going for the interview, don't say no. Instead of say yes for everything. Later, if you have any doubts, please contact the HR team and discuss about that, and they will update you for the further. And guys, those who are looking for the experience requirement, those candidates has to be completed the project and selenium classes. Then only they are able to get the experience requirements. And please update the updated resumes in the QTalk app, guys. And you should be ready to attend the offline interviews, because don't expect the online interviews, because we are not in the pandemic situation. So all the clients are looking for the online offline interviews. And always be updating your resumes, guys. And whatever the requirements will be posting, you have to if you are eligible, you have to register by today itself. If you are register on the same day, you have to register, or else if you register for next day, you won't be considered, and requirement is also be closed. And once the interview has been scheduled, you will get a call from the HR team. So please respond those calls. And guys, grooming session is to attend. It is also mandatory to attend the classes, grooming session classes, and you will get an update about the grooming class in your qtalk itself. And if you are not attending any interviews, guys, you will be blocked for the further interviews for next 3 weeks. Okay, if you have any queries, guys, please let me know. There is no queries. Okay, guys, that's it from my hand for the today's class. Guys, I'll be sharing the registration link in the broadcast. Please check it. Okay, that's it from my hand for the today's class, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, mom.
Okay, Vandana. Yes, guys. So we'll start with our class today. So we were talking about the constructor chaining, right? We're talking about constructor chaining and in the constructor chaining means what? First of all, okay, constructor chaining means you will be calling one constructor from another constructor. That is called as constructor chaining. Okay, in our Java we can do constructor chaining by using two ways. So we can achieve the constructor chaining in two ways. So first one is this call statement. Second one is we can go for super call statement. So this call statement is used to call the constructor of same class, and super call statement is used to call the constructor of parent class. We will study this later in the OOPS concept. Now we will concentrate on the this call statement. Okay. So this call statement is used to call the constructor of same class. It used to call the constructor of same class. Okay. And we can call the constructor of same class from another constructor. From another constructor. From another constructor. We can call one constructor from another constructor of same class. So this is possible with the help of this call statement. And there are some rules. Okay, there are some rules which you have to know. Okay, which you have to know for achieving this call statement. For the constructor chaining, you have to know few rules. What you have to go for. So rules for achieving constructor chaining. Constructor chaining. So first rule is this call statement can be used only inside constructor. Only inside constructor you have to use. You have to use this call statement only inside constructor. Next. Whenever you're using this call statement should be used as a first statement in the constructor body. This call statement should be used as a first statement in constructor body. First statement in constructor body. We have to use as a first statement in constructor body. Okay. And calling a constructor by itself, that is recursive call, is not allowed. Recursive call is not allowed. A constructor calling itself is not allowed. A constructor calling itself is not allowed. That is called as recursive call. Recursive call means a constructor calling by itself. Constructor calling by itself is called as recursive call, and this is also not allowed. Okay. And if a class has n constructors, only n constructors, and that n minus 1 constructor should not have this call statement. That means you can have n constructors. Out of that, at least one constructor should be without this call statement. You can have n number of constructors, but at least one constructor should be without this call statement. It should be without this call statement. Okay. So why? Because why? Okay, suppose you have 5 constructors. In that, one constructor should be without this call statement. One constructor should be without this call statement. But why so? Why is that so? Very simple. If a constructor is having this call statement, it will not do first two constructors work. Okay. First task of the constructor is for to load non-static members. Second task is to execute non-static initializers. Third rule is to execute programmer written instructions. If a constructor is having this call statement, it will be calling one more constructor, and when the control comes back, it will do one thing, that is only execute program written instructions, and these two will not be done. These two will not be done. Okay, these two will never be done. So that is why if you're writing five constructors, at least one constructor should be present without this call statement, because it has to do all these tasks of the constructor. If a constructor has a this call statement, it will not load the non-static members. It will also not execute non-static initializers, but but it will execute programmer written instructions. But it will execute programmer written programmer written instructions. Okay. So here, now what we'll do is we will take a class student here. Okay, as we have seen the student class here. Okay, student class we can take, but we have taken one design in yesterday's class, right? Okay, so what we shall do is same design we will take, and we will start doing a constructor chaining. Okay, constructor chaining means a constructor calling one more constructor within the same class. Okay, that is called as constructor chaining. So let us perform constructor chaining now. Let's go to a project. We'll go for E23. So we shall go for okay, car driving. We'll go for a class called as car driving. Car driving. So in the class car driving, here currently we have no attributes. So let us put the attributes. So class car driving. Now here in the class car driving here, so we'll have attributes, that is, so here we'll go for, okay, we'll go for yes. Just a minute. We'll go for, okay, we'll go for starting the car. So string start car. Okay. Next string remove handbrake. Next string press clutch pedal. Um. Okay. Next string apply first gear. Then slowly remove clutch and press accelerator. Okay. Press clutch and accelerator. Okay. Then after this, uh, okay, apply second gear if when car is moving. Okay, so then we'll go for apply second gear once car moves. Second gear after car moves. So this is the thing here. Okay, this is the thing here. Okay, so yes, so here now we will go for your constructor chaining. So we have to start a constructor. We have to start a constructor without arguments first. We have to start the constructor without arguments first. Okay, without arguments, and we will also start the constructor without this call statement. Guys, are you getting any background noise? Are you guys getting any background noise? Let me know. Voice isn't clear, huh? Just a minute. Yes, guys, I get it because it's raining a lot here, and I don't know if you guys are able to hear my voice. Okay. So I think it will clear off in few minutes. We will carry on. Okay. I think it's not disturbing you guys so much. Okay. Okay, guys. Clear only. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. So yes. So let us go for your constructor overloading and constructor chaining. Okay. Let us go for the constructor overloading and constructor chaining here. Okay. See, constructor overloading we will do for loading the constructor. Okay, like we will go for one constructor with the same name and with the different formal arguments. Okay, just a minute. I'll have my headset on. Okay, I think the voice will be very clear now. Okay, so we are starting with the car driving constructor. Okay, so let us start with the constructor. Source, we'll go for source, generate constructor using field. So first we will go for a no argument constructor, then generate. Now we will have a no argument constructor, as well as we will not have any this call statement inside the constructor. No this call statement. Okay, no this call statement in a constructor we'll be having. Next, we will go for a constructor with start the car. Okay, with the argument start the car. So let us overload. Okay, first let us do overloading. Okay, then we will do chaining. So constructor using fields. Now we'll go for only one attribute, that is select car, generate. What happened? Once again. Okay. Generate constructors using field. I'll be selecting only start car, generate. So we have a constructor here, and don't worry about supercall statement. We'll let you know this thing in a upcoming class. Okay. So next we have a constructor for car driving, no argument and no parameters, and we have a one argument and one parameter, that is this dot car start car is equal to start car. Okay, next we will go for two attributes. Now we'll go for two attributes. Now we'll go for generate. Okay, so next we'll go for the three attributes. Source, generate constructors using fields. So okay, only three we will have. Generate. Okay, then after this we'll go for one more constructor. Three attributes we had. Now let us go for four attributes. Okay, we have four attributes there. Next, we'll go for five attributes. Okay, five attributes, and then last all the attributes we'll have. Okay, now we'll have all the attributes. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? See, we are doing constructor overloading. We are doing constructor overloading. So in a constructor overloading, here we have multiple constructors with a different formal arguments. Multiple constructors with a different formal arguments. This is called as constructor overloading. Now chaining, how we can do? Chaining we can do with the help of this call statement, and this call statement can be written in a n minus one constructor. That means here you cannot write here, because you need this constructor for loading the non-static members and executing non-static initializers. You need this no argument constructor for loading non-static members and initializing non-static, executing non-static initializers, and also executing program or written instructions if present. Okay. Now, so for loading and executing non-static members and initializers, you need a constructor without this call statement. If you mention this call statement, then nobody will load your non-static members and program will not execute. Okay, so you need to have a constructor without this call statement. As we don't have this call statement, we have made it as a no argument. Okay, next. So string car start car. See, if you are going for this constructor, still you need one constructor to load the non-static members and to execute non-static initializers. So what we will do, we will call this constructor car driving of no argument constructor. Now how can we call it? How can we call it? You have to see the parameters here. There is no argument. Now here we will go for this keyword with a no argument. This is called as this call statement for the parameter no argument. This call statement for the parameter no argument. So we have used this call statement as a first statement in a constructor body, and we are calling a car driving of no argument constructor. We are calling car driving of no argument constructor. Okay. After this, next. Okay. So come to the next constructor, start car and remove handbrake. Already one constructor is performing for start car. Yes, this constructor is already performing for start car. So instead of initializing both, you can just go for constructor call statement. Okay, means here we have only one attribute. As you can see here, car driving. Here we have only one attribute. We have one attribute, and that attribute now we are calling through this call statement. We are calling through this call statement. Now using this call statement, okay, using this call statement here we are calling the previous constructor. Using this call statement here, you are calling previous constructor. Okay, and one more thing, a constructor calling by itself is not possible. So how can a constructor call by itself? See, suppose let us take this constructor call. This constructor call is presented in this method to call to this constructor. Okay, you are having this of start car constructor. I mean this call statement here you have. Here we have this of car start this call statement to call this constructor, but in case if we go for initializing, I mean if you go for calling the same constructor, in case if you go for calling the same constructor, so what will happen now? Recursive call will happen. That means you are calling itself. So when you are calling itself, which means a class is calling itself, a constructor inside a class is calling itself. Obviously it will loop within that only loop, and until stack is full, it will keep on looping and you will not get anything, you will get a error. So currently you are getting compile time error because recursive call is constructor call must be the first statement. Okay, so okay, so let us take it as a first statement. Okay, we'll go for okay. So what are you getting here? Recursive constructor invocation car driving a string. That means we can't call constructor. We can't call constructor by itself. Now we have a constructor here. Inside the constructor we can't call itself. It's like you are you are one person and you are calling itself from you. Okay, you are calling itself from you. Like if you're taking your phone and you are calling by yourself, that will not work. Okay, if you are inside your brain, okay, how can you call yourself, right? Inside your physical body, you are present. Okay, how can you call yourself, right? So you can't call yourself. This is a recursion for constructors, and constructors recursion is not possible. Recursion for the constructor, that means a constructor calling itself by using this call statement is not possible. It should not be done, because if recursion occurs, it will keep calling itself and nothing will work there. Everything will stop, and then the constructor will call itself until the stack memory is full. So that is why we should never call the constructor by itself. We should never call a constructor by itself. So that is why this constructor we are calling from this constructor. Okay. So already for this constructor, one member start car is worked by one constructor. So we are calling it. We are calling it to perform the task, and we are initializing a remove handbrake. We are initializing remove handbrake. After that, so we have three attributes: start car, remove handbrake, and press clutch pedal. Start car, remove handbrake, and press clutch pedal. Here we have three attributes, right? Here currently we have three attributes. But if you see here, already start car and remove handbrake is already done by previous constructor. So what we will do is For start car and remove handbrake, we will be going for this call statement. Okay, we'll be going for this call statement. Start car, comma, remove handbrake. Start car, comma, remove handbrake. This call statement will go for. This call statement will call this constructor and it will pass the data, and it will also execute this arguments. Execute this arguments. Okay. So we have used this call statement to call the constructors of previous constructor, and here it is also used to pass the data. It is also used to pass the data for the called constructor. Okay. And so we are initializing a clutch pedal here. Plus, I mean press clutch pedal here in initializing. Okay. Next we will go for a car with four attributes. So four attributes, as you can see here, already three attributes have been initialized in the previous constructor. So what we can do here, so for this starting the car, okay, for starting the car, and for the removing handbrake, and for removing handbrake, and for pressing the clutch pedal, and for pressing the clutch pedal. Now we'll go for one this call statement. What are we doing here? Already these three tasks are done by previous constructor, so we are just calling previous constructor. So why we are calling previous constructor? Because already those three tasks has already been done. So that is why. Now after this we'll be applying the after that we'll be applying the first gear. We'll be applying the first gear. Okay. Next. So come back to the last second. Here already four attributes have been done by the previous constructor. That is all four attributes. That is start car, remove handbrake, press clutch pedal, and apply first gear. So all these has been done in previous constructor. So we will call the previous constructor. We will call the previous constructor. Okay. So already you have this. So let us add one more here to call the constructor. This apply first gear. Okay. So here, since our previous constructor is already initializing all the attributes, we don't have to initialize all. We have to just call the previous constructor using this call statement. Using this call statement, we have to just call the previous constructor. That's it. And we will be initializing a press clutch and accelerator. Okay. So after this, let us come to the last constructor. Let us come to the last constructor. In the last constructor here, okay, in the last constructor here, in the last constructor, already we are initializing till press clutch accelerator in the previous constructor. So we are initializing all the attributes until press clutch and accelerator in the previous constructor. So except for this, I mean till press clutch and accelerator, we are already done for the previous constructor. So what we will do is we will go for this constructor call statement, and we'll be applying the last one, that is press clutch and accelerator. What are we doing here? What are we doing? First we have gone for constructor driving no argument, then for one attribute, and we are calling previous constructor using this call statement depending on arguments. Then we are initializing car, I mean start car. Now after that, car driving, so string start car, string remove handbrake. So already start car has been done by the previous constructor. So what we will do, we will call that constructor. Okay, we will call that constructor. Okay. And after calling the constructor, so it will start executing. Okay. So in this constructor we are calling this, so it will execute and it will initialize start. Next constructor, already here start car is done, start car is remove handbrake is there. So start car has been called by constructor, here it will be called. So properly telling execution from where whichever constructor you call. Okay, suppose you are calling a constructor by passing only start car, assume. So here no argument constructor will execute. Okay, no argument constructor will execute, and here initialization of start car will execute. Initialization of start car will execute. But suppose you have chosen the last constructor, that is car driving of all attributes. Car driving of all attributes. Suppose you have chosen. Okay, suppose you have chosen. Now here, now we will be having a this call statement to call the previous constructor. Now this constructor is calling the previous constructor, that is this. Okay, it is calling this constructor. So when this constructor is called, first statement will execute, that is this call statement. So again control goes to the next constructor here. So it will start execute. Again we are calling this constructor, and this constructor is present in a previous constructor. So previous constructor, and we'll be calling the one more constructor from here. So here from the one more constructor we are calling this, and we have already called this of start car method. So since we are calling this of start car, so we are going for calling this constructor, and here again we are calling using this call statement and calling one no argument constructor. We are calling one no argument constructor. Why we have to call a no argument constructor? Because because you can have any number of constructors. Okay, you can have any number of constructors, but at least one constructor should be without this call statement. At least one constructor should be without this call statement. Then only you can load the non-static members, execute non-static initializers, and then you can execute program or return instructions. Okay, so this is how you go for constructor call. Okay, constructor call statement, and we can achieve this using a this call statement. You can achieve this using a this call statement. Using this call statement you can achieve constructor chaining. Okay, so here this is how you will be initializing. See, first of all, here suppose if you call the car driving constructor. Here first you have to start car, remove handbrake, press clutch pedal, apply first gear, then press clutch and accelerator, and apply second gear after car moves. So you have to do all these things no before before applying second gear after car moves. What you have to do? You have to go for the previous work. What is the previous work? You have to perform from starting car to pressing. Applying first gear, and he in that constructor we are having a this call statement, and it will call the previous constructor, and it will call the it is having a this call statement, and it will call the previous constructor. It is also having this call statement, and it goes previous constructor, like this constructor will be chained. Okay, like this constructor will be chained, and here, so the constructor is chained here, constructor is chained, and and here to execute one constructor. Okay, there will be linkage of many constructors. If you call one constructors, remaining constructors will be executing. See, if you call this constructor, the constructor of here till no argument. Okay, till no argument you'll be calling till no argument because of the constructor chaining, because of the constructor chaining. Okay, if you call the last constructor, control goes to control goes till no argument constructor, control goes till no argument constructor. Okay, so this is how your constructor chaining works. And here now listen carefully. So we will be printing apply apply second gear after car moves. Listen carefully. You go for apply second gear after car moves. In case if you're calling the last constructor, if you're calling last constructor, we will start with press clutch and accelerator. Press clutch and accelerator. We are printing it. So then you'll be going for applying first gear. Applying first gear. Okay. Then we'll go for press clutch pedal. Then remove handbrake. Then start car. Start car. Then we'll go for enter into car. Enter into the car. Okay, we will save it. So how execution happens is, now let us create one main method, and inside the main method, okay, so what we will do is we will create one more class here. Okay, we will create one class here, that is car driver. Car driving is there, but who will do? Car driver only will drive. Car driver, and let us go for main method. Now listen carefully. We will be calling a constructor of all the attributes. Suppose if we call the last attribute, so we'll be going for car driving. Car driving C is equal to new car driving. See, we are having so many options here now. We are currently having so many options now. So we will go for the last one. We'll go for the last one. So what we will do here is in the starting the car, we'll be going for start the car. Then we'll be for the next one, we'll be going for okay, once again. Go for last one. So we'll be going for start the car. Then here we'll be going for remove the handbrake. Then we will be going for press the clutch pedal. Next after that we shall go for apply first gear. Then after applying first gear we'll go for press slowly. Okay, we'll go for slowly press clutch and press accelerator. Slowly press clutch and accelerator. We'll go for accelerator. Okay. Okay. Then after this, we will be going for apply second gear. Okay. After the car moves. After the car moves. Okay. So we'll go for semicolon. So here I know this is a vast design. Okay. So let us bring it down. We'll go here and okay. So excuse me. So for car driving, we have called all argumented constructors. So start the car, remove handbrake, press the clutch pedal, apply first gear, slowly press the clutch and accelerator, apply second gear after the car moves. See, we are calling this constructor because we are driving the car. Now control goes to car driving of all arguments. Control goes to car driving of all arguments. It will also pass the data. It will also pass the data because we are calling car driving. Okay, car driving of all arguments we are calling. So control goes to car driving constructor last one, and it will start executing. As we can see in the first statement here, we are having this call statement. So this constructor is calling the previous constructor. This one is calling this. We passed data as well as we are executing now. First statement is this call. So execution will be passed. Now control goes to the calling constructor. Car drawing of this data, I mean this constructor, and we have also passed the data for this. Then first instruction is this call statement. Because it is calling another constructor, so we'll go for the called constructor. So we are having start car, remove handbrake, press clutch pedal. In that we have one more this call statement, start car and remove handbrake. So that is why we'll be going for one more constructor. String car, start car and remove handbrake is there. So for starting the car, we'll be going for one more constructor, that is car driving. Car driving will go for start the car, and we will be first sitting inside the car. Okay, entering into the car in before starting the car. Okay, so it will be calling this. So when you are calling this car driving constructor without this call statement, when you are calling car driving constructor without this call statement, what happens is, without this call statement, now this constructor starts loading all the non-static variables. All these variables will be loaded into the memory. All these variables will be loaded into the memory with default values, with default values. Okay, so after this now any initializers are there? No. So the execution of the constructor is done, and it will execute, enter into the car. It will execute, enter into the car. After that execution of that constructor, car driving is done. So control comes to wherever it was called from. From here only it went. From here, from in this call statement only, the car driving constructor went. So this call statement done. Now next instruction is this dot start car is equal to start car. So we have passed the data, start the car. So start car will execute and it will also be printed. First data you will be getting enter into the car. Second data start car, and in the below here for car driving. Okay, for the car driving we have been already passed the data. Okay, we have already passed data. It was calling the previous constructor, so it is done now. So we'll come for remove handbrake, initializing remove handbrake. After that, the statement remove handbrake will execute. So you'll be getting the next output remove handbrake. After that, control comes back to here, because here this declaration is already executed, but only pending was this completion of this call statement. So now it is done currently. Now it will go for initializing a press clutch pedal, and will be printing that clutch pedal here. Okay, so I mean pressing the press clutch pedal here. Okay, after that, so control comes back to this call statement. Why? Because from here only we have called. From here only we have called. So control will be present here only now. After that, apply first gear will be initialized and will be printing it. So next, car driving off. So many attributes are there, and here from here only we call previous constructor. Okay, using this call statement only we have called previous constructor. So now here, yes guys, 1 second. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Okay, let it be. Okay, so here so we are having a this call statement to call the previous constructor. So that is done. That execution of the previous is done. So we'll be initializing with press clutch and accelerator. After that we'll be printing it. So coming to the last constructor here, all these attributes, all this, I mean this constructor was called, right? It has called the previous constructor. Execution of previous is already done. So the next statement is apply second gear, and I mean after car moves, apply second gear after car moves. So after car moves, you apply the second gear. Now here it get initialized and you will be getting the apply second gear after car moves. So here you are getting all the details accordingly. See, execution starts from this constructor and it will slowly go to the top because it is chaining, and it will start the execution printing all the statements from the top to bottom. So when you're printing from top to bottom, you will be getting a data as start the car, remove the handbrake, press the clutch pedal, apply first gear, slowly press clutch and accelerator, and then accelerator, and then the accelerator, and apply second gear after the car moves. Okay, these instructions. Now you will be getting one by one from the top to bottom. You will get why? Because after we called chaining, after one constructor calls one more constructor, control should surely will go to the top. Okay, control will go to the top. After that, okay, so here you'll be getting enter into the car. Here, start the car, remove handbrake, press the clutch pedal, apply first gear, press clutch and accelerator slowly. Then you will be getting apply second gear after the car moves. So that will be your output here. So let us execute that. And if you are not creating driver class, no problem. You can write inside the same class also. Inside same class also, we can write how to call this statement from source command. Source command. This is statement from source command. What you are asking? This is statement from source command. From command prompt are you asking? You don't have to go for calling this call statement. Specifically, you don't have to call. If you mention inside constructor, constructor only will call another constructor. This is what we call it as a constructor chaining. A constructor calling another constructor, that is through the this call statement, is called as constructor chaining. We don't have to call any constructor using this call statement. If you just mention, your constructor only will call the previous constructors. Okay. So now let us execute it here. That is your car driver class. Execute now. So are you getting here? Enter into the car, start the car, remove handbrake, press the clutch pedal, apply first gear, slowly press clutch and then accelerator and apply second gear after the car moves. Okay. So this is how, using only one object. See, you are a, assume you are driving a car. Okay. Assume you are driving a car. You are one object. Okay. You are one object, and this. So here you are the only person, you are the only object. See, if you want to initialize the constructor overloading, you need multiple constructors for applying all object. I mean all, if you want to call all constructors in constructor overloading, you need multiple objects. But here you don't need that. Just with one object. Just with one object, you can call all the constructors. Just with one object, you can call all the constructors. Okay, this is the beauty of constructor chaining, and everything is linked here. Without one thing, another thing will not execute. Okay, without one thing to be completed, without completing that, okay, without completing that, control will not go to the next one. Control will not go to the next one. Okay, this is what we call it as constructor chaining. And remember always, when you have multiple constructors, there should be only one constructor, at least minimum one constructor should be there. Minimum, excuse me, minimum one constructor should be there without this call statement. There should be one constructor minimum without this call statement, because the constructor which is having this call statement inside it, it will never do the constructor work completely. It will not load non-static members, it will not execute non-static instances, it will just do one thing, that is execute program or written instructions. Execute program or written instructions, only this will be done. So that is why you have to go for a constructor without constructor without a this call, I mean this call statement. Yes. So this is how you do constructor chaining. Okay. So hope you all have understood. Yes, guys, did you get it? How to do constructor chaining? You guys got it? Everyone got it? Okay, guys. Okay. One more program. Okay, we will go for student. Right? Student we have already done. Right? Student we have already done. But for the student, we have not done constructor chaining. So let us take a class student here. So student. Okay. So yes. So we have a normal class student, right? You already know this. Now let us start doing constructor overloading. Yes. So we will go for constructor overloading. Let us have only one object, because multiple object you will get again confused. So you can have multiple objects, same output will be getting again and again. So now we will go for constructor overloading first. We will go for constructor overloading. So in the overloading, first we will have a no argument. Okay. Next. After that, one argument. Okay. After that, only one argument. Only one argument will be initializing, and parallelly also you're printing it. Okay. Now, okay, so let us go for the next one. That is two attributes let us have. Let us remove the last one. This dot id, this dot contact number only. Okay, this dot id let it be. Now, student details now over now. Now let us go for all the three attributes. So now we have currently all the three attributes. So we have student of no argument, student details of no argument, student details of name, student details of name comma id, student details of name id contact number. Now, first of all, if you are calling a constructor of student name, ID, and contact number, See, one object will be surely created using a constructor only would have called. So only this constructor will execute. That's it. Program end. This constructor will execute. That's it. But since in case if you are having a this call statement, okay, if you are having a this call statement, you can call one constructor here. Okay, for name and for ID. Okay, for name for ID, we can call one more constructor here, and here we can go for initializing. We are already okay, we'll be initializing this of name. Okay, and we are initializing ID here. Yes. So next we'll be going for this of no argument, and one constructor should be without a this call statement, and we are having a name here, so we'll be just calling the previous constructor, and as well as we'll be initializing this dot name variable is equal to name variable. Okay, and what happened here? Yeah, we do have it as a first statement. What happened here? Okay, we do have a okay. So we have taken as a okay. So we have taken a method here. So we will change it as a constructor. Okay. So yeah, we have taken student details method here. So we will change it as a constructor. No problem. We'll go for student. Okay, we have taken a method and we're trying to convert. It's okay. We are your student details is also the student constructor is also a non-static special kind of method. Okay, student. Next here also will go for student, and here also will go for student, and here also will go. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we have a constructor here, no argument, and which doesn't contains this call statement, and it is calling this constructor, and because of that only we have this call statement to call this constructor. Okay, then we are initializing this dot name is equal to name. After that we'll come back here, and from here already one constructor is working on the name, so we will be passing the name here, and we'll be initializing only the ID. We'll be initializing only the ID here, and parallelly we are also printing it. Parallelly we'll also print it. That is this dot name is equal to name. Okay, so after this naming is done, now we'll initialize id. Now coming here, name and id is already done, so we are calling name and id. We are calling name and id using this call statement. We are calling a previous constructor to initialize, to have a name and id get initialized. Okay, so last one is contact number. We are initializing as well as we are printing. We are initializing as well as we are printing here. Okay, now here first, now let us call the constructor here student of. Now all the data we will give. Okay, student of all the data will give. Okay, so yes, so student name will go for Mari, and student ID will go for 13, and student contact number will go for 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, now we have a student constructor with all the attributes. So constructor, this is a student called constructor, so constructor go to the called student constructor. So this constructor is called, so here name Kumari will be there, id 13 will be there. Okay, and number 7 to 4, whatever I have written, it will be going here. And now here you are calling the one previous constructor by passing the data. Here you are calling previous constructor by passing the data, so execution of this constructor will pass. Control goes to the called constructor, and now data also has been passed here. So data will be like Kumari, and here ID 13. Okay, next here we are calling here and by passing the data also, but here one more this call statement is there, so control will pass the execution of that constructor, and then control will go for this constructor. So name Kumari we have already already passed, so we started executing, but one more constructor is there, that is this called statement. So control goes here and it will call the student of new argument constructor. So this constructor student of new argument will load all the attributes and it will execute all non-static initializers. Okay, it will go for execution of non-static attributes, and it will go for execution of initializers. So we will tell, okay, admit student. They will go for admitted student. So name we will give, and ID we will give, and contact number we will give. Okay, admitted student is, so we will go for all these attributes. Okay, so suppose if you are calling the last student, if you are calling the last student constructor here, a control will go to this, then control will go to this, and control will go to this, and it will load all the non-static members and it will execute non-static initializers, and parallelly it will also execute lastly it will execute this. Now control comes back, this is done, so we'll execute name, and control comes back here, execute id, control comes back here, and it will also initialize the contact number. Okay, so this is how you can go for constructor chaining, constructor overloading, and constructor chaining here. Okay, so here what are we getting? Admitted student is Kumari 13 and the phone number. Admitted student is Kumari 13 and phone number. Okay, so this is how you will be doing a constructor chaining. Everything is linked. So how it is linked is, see, we will see. Have you guys observed when we are can you do constructor with a switch statement? Okay, we will see that. Okay, see guys here. So in this program, so this is a student details. Okay, fine. Student details will not be taken. Okay, contact number will not be taken before ID is filled. So ID is filled. You want, before filling ID, you want the name. You don't want ID first, you want the name. So first the name will be filled, then ID will be filled, then contact number filled. Well, contact number will be filled. First name will be filled, then ID will be filled, and later contact number also will be filled. That is happening with the help of constructor chaining. That is happening with the help of constructor chaining. Okay, so before filling one, we can't go for another. See guys, have you observed here, if you are going for one form, okay, like I have given you test, right? If you have missed any question, can you go to the next page? In a current page, if you have missed any question, can you go to the next page? Yes guys, let me know. No, why? Because the constructor is not matching for that. Constructor is not matching, the data is not matching. So what you have to do is, you have to fill all the questions to match the constructor, then only it is going for one more. Then only it is going for one more. Okay, it is like that. So in a whatever that constructor we have called, no, so it will be called and it will execute all the constructor previously what all are linked. Okay, what all are the constructor, what all constructors are linked, no, everything will be executed. Okay, this is how we can do constructor chaining. This is how we can do constructor chaining. Hope you have understood. Yes, everybody understood? Has everyone understood? Okay. Okay, someone has asked me like constructor inside switch. No, why we don't want to do, because why we don't want to do inside a switch, because here if you want to switch, okay, suppose okay, if you want to go for a switch, you have to pass the which option you want. It is possible, but we will not do here. Why? Because here currently we have this constructor. If you have constructor, then only attributes will be initialized. Okay, suppose we have made the student object null. Suppose we have made a student object null, and we can take these constructors inside in case student object is null. Okay, in case student object is null, we can take any of the constructors and we will go for switch statement. Now here the problem is, Here you can't take it as a different cases. See, if you take student as one case, student of name as one case, and student of name and ID as one case. See, at a time you already know at a time how many cases will execute in a switch. Yes, Preeti, tell me how many cases will execute at a time inside a switch case. Inside a switch case, how many will execute at a time? Only one only it will execute. Okay. Here it is not possible like that. Yes, one only will execute. Here it is not possible like that. Okay. So if you choose any one, no, it will be linked. Okay, it will be calling one more constructor. So one more constructor will be present in a different case. It will be present in a different case. That time it is in a different block. Okay. So here you have to go for again previous case. You have to go for. It is not possible to go for previous case. So that is why we will mention options in the switch, and we will not mention the constructors inside the switch. Okay, if you want to initialize one constructor call statement, you can give. You can go for constructor call statement, but you can't mention constructors. You can't mention constructor there. Okay. Yes. Priti got it. Okay, Priti, you understood this scenario. Okay. So what you're asking, you want constructor with a switch statement. You're asking we can go for constructor also and we can go for switch statement also. You're telling separately. You want it together. You're asking it separately. That is what I told. See, option 1 will go for student constructor, calling student. Option 2 will go for name. But you have a this call statement here. This will work as with the switch you can do, but it will work only when it is constructor overloading, but not on constructor chaining. You can do it when it is constructor overloading, because overloading you can take this in student of no argument in case 1, this in case 2, this inside a case 3, and this inside a case 4. Like this you can go for different cases in a different constructors you can have in different cases. That is fine. But since you have chaining here, one constructor is dependent on one another constructor. Since you are having a chaining here, one constructor is depending on another constructor here, and there will be a break between the constructors also. There will be a break between constructors. And now, if you're writing one constructors in a case, and that will be inside that block itself, again you have to call one more one, and that is not possible. Here, if you're writing in one case, you're writing this constructor, another case you're writing this, in another case you're writing this. So you'll have a break between that, and here it is not possible. For constructor overloading, you can go for a switch, but constructor chaining you can't go because there is a dependency between the constructors. Since there is a dependency between the constructors, you cannot go for chaining in a, I mean switch inside a, I mean switch for the constructor chaining. You can go for constructor overloading, but you can't go for constructor chaining. Okay. Yes, Preeti got it. Preeti, you got it. If we remove chaining constructor, then yeah, we can do it. It's not a big deal. You can do it. So see, you can create constructor chaining. Okay, you can go for constructor chaining in one class, and you can create a driver, and you can choose, okay, which element or which object you want to initialize. Like you want to initialize only with the name. Yes, there is one constructor. If you don't want to give any initialization, you have student. If you want to give any one constructor with a name, you can go for only with the name and ID. You can go for only with the name and contact number. You can go for. So like this, you can customize. I'm not telling insert switch you can mention these constructors. No, you can call these constructors insert switch. You can call these constructors as insert switch, and you can go for the. Okay, please do one sample example. It will take some time. Okay, we'll go for the main method here, and here. Okay, we have to go for scanner class then. So we'll go import java dot util dot scanner class, and we'll be creating an object here. Scanner sc is equal to new scanner of system.in. So after that we will be going for okay, boolean variable is equal to true, and in a while loop you can go for x. Now let us remove this student s. So initially we will take student s as a null. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll give options for the user. We'll ask enter your choice. So first option is okay, going for no arguments. Second option will be going for name, and we'll go for name and ID. Go for name, ID, and contact number. And we can go for exit also /n5. So we have these many options. We will take in a choice variable. In choice is equal to sc dot next name. Okay. Now, listen carefully. Now here, now we will go for a switch of choice. Any option you can choose. No argument. Case one, no argument is there. No. So we will be calling yes is equal to new student of no argument constructor. Okay. Then break. Then case two, yes is equal to new student of name. We'll go for Kumari. Then after that break. Then we'll go for case three. We'll go for case three. Yes is equal to new student of Kumari and 13. Next, we'll go for a break. Case 4. Okay, so one statement you don't need a brackets here. Okay, one statement is there means you don't need a bracket. So I'll remove the bracket here. Brackets makes the code little bigger and you guys will get tensed. So don't get tensed. Here only brackets is there. I'm removing those. Okay, case 4. Case 4. This is equal to new student of Mari 13 and what a contact number, no? So we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. L. Okay. So after that, we'll go for a break. So case 5, it is exit. If you want to exit the code, you can go for exit is equal to false. Then after that, we'll go for a break. Then we'll go for default. The default, we will tell that invalid choice. Okay. So here, are you seeing there all the choices we have, all the cases we have? Now let us start executing this. Student. here, okay. So now we are asking user enter your choice. Excuse me. So we are asking user enter your choice. Now we can go for first which one you want. Yes, Preeti, which one you want? Name, I mean no arguments with the name and ID, name ID and contact number or exit. Which one you want? Which option you want me to choose? Let me know. Be quick. Okay, we'll go for the first one, no argument. First one here. See, what are we getting? No argument. Student, admitted student is we are getting, because here we are going for the first constructor. First constructor, that means no argument we are choosing, okay? So when we are, see here we have student S and we are choosing the case one. When you are choosing the case one for the variable S, see for the student S, for the student S. Now we are initializing with the constructor, that is we are initializing with the instance new student of no argument. Now, now let us go for second one. So second one constructor, what we are doing, we are initializing with a new instance of student with a name and name. I mean, yeah, only name. Okay, no arguments and name. Okay. Next, we'll go for name and ID option 3. So name and ID. See, Kumari. Admitted student is Kumari and ID we have got. So last one, fourth one, we'll go for. Now we are getting admitted student is Kumari 13 and phone number. So like this, you can choose. You can choose in constructor overloading. You can choose. And okay, so we are having constructor chaining here. Okay. Mm, okay. Yes. Here we are. Okay. Here it is calling. Yes. Yes. It is possible. Overloading and chaining. It is both possible here. Yes, since see in chaining we can have one constructor, and yeah, it is now if you're going in this way, having instance for this, so you can go for constructor overloading and chaining for both. For both you can do this. So whenever you are calling one constructor, see student object we have created here, student s equals to null currently. Now, when you are going for see into the one object only we are doing, only for one student you are doing. So when no argument is chosen, you will go for one student, and only name is chosen. You will initialize. You will be creating an object. Only the see any one option will be chosen. Any one will be chosen. So that is why so many instances we have created. Yeah, it will work for chaining and loading. Oh, both. Yes, it will work for chaining and loading. So since you have done chaining here, so what happens is, okay, listen carefully. What happens if you choose new student? I mean, if you choose case one, listen carefully, everyone. If you choose instance new student, that means student of no argument. Control directly goes to student of no argument. It will load all the attributes and it will execute any non-static initializers is there, and it will also execute program and instruction. So you will be getting admitted student is. That's all you will be getting. Next, in case if you have chosen case 2, in case if you have chosen case 2, new student of Kumari, so control will go to directly to the constructor. So we have called this constructor, no, control will directly go to this, and name also we have passed, that is Kumari. So it will start executing, but first statement only we have a discard statement. So it will call student of no argument. It will execute admin student is, then it will come back after execution. So I mean, whenever you are calling, all the members will be loaded, executed, everything will be done, then only it will be admitted here. I mean, you'll be getting admitted student is, then control comes back here, then you'll be getting the name. So if you are choosing the name, with the name you are getting admitted student is Kumari, admitted student is Kumari. Okay. So next, if you are going for case 3 Kumari and the ID 13, control will directly take you to this constructor, student name and ID. So you are having the name constructor call statement, it will go here, and you are calling one more constructor from here, so it will come here, it will execute, it will load all the constructor work, it will done, it will be doing. Last it will print admitted student is, and control comes back to the same, and now you will be printing the name. After that, control comes back to this constructor call statement, that is this of no this of name. After that, now you'll be initializing this dot id. So when you're calling name and id, both name id will be printed along with admitted student is. So you'll be getting admitted student is, name as well as id. In case if you're choosing last one, you will be getting all the details. So if you're choosing last one, this of name and id is there. So control goes here, executes, control goes here, executes, control goes here, executes, and it will start execute from top. Admitted student is Kumari, ID 13, and here contact number will be printed. So that is why, listen carefully in the output. Here no argument we are choosing, only first constructor is executing. Only first constructor is executing. Okay. And if you are going for name, if you're going for name, you're getting only name. First constructor is executing and no argument, I mean no argument is executing and name is also executing. Okay, because it is chained. Now we'll go for enter your choice with okay, third one we are going for name and ID. We are going for name and ID here. So when you're going for name and ID, we are getting all the three constructors getting executed from there, from whichever we have called. From there, all the constructors are executed. Okay. So next we'll go for the fourth one, name, ID, and contact number. So we are getting all the attributes. We are getting all the attributes getting executed. Okay. So this is how you will be going for your constructor overloading and chaining. So we have done overloading and chaining here, but since we are calling in cases here, since we are calling in cases, you can go for overloading and chaining both. You can go for overloading and chaining both. Okay. And yes, so the first option I told, like you can't do chaining in I mean for the constructors you can't do chaining. I told when you're mentioning this whole constructors only, when you're mentioning this whole constructors in the switch statement, then it is not possible. But here, since you are going for an instance of constructor, instance of an object, and with that you are going for a constructor, so here it is possible. Like this, you can go for constructor overloading as well as constructor chaining. Okay. So hope you have executed. Everybody understood? Has everybody understood this code? Okay. What about others? You guys didn't get this doubt? Understood. Okay, guys, that's good. Okay, okay. I will give you one design. Okay, you guys have to do constructor overloading and you have to also achieve constructor chaining can come. Okay, so I will give you a design now. So make sure you do it and come. So let us go for a design here. Okay, we will go for a watch and we will go for one more watch here. Okay, I'm just drawing one watch here so that you can have a visual effect here. You can remember things in a visual effectively very easily. Okay. Okay. Next we'll go for then we'll go for um okay. Then we will go for okay and here. Okay. So we will have numbers. Will go for here. We'll go for 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay, what brand we will name this as? Watch name. What name will give? What is the watch name? Anyone? Like Rolex, Titan, and so many names are there. Yes, guys. Yes, which name we shall give here? Fast track. Okay, fast track will give. Okay, the watch name is fast track. We'll give here. Okay, then we will go for painting the watch here. And okay, okay, assume this is your watch. Okay, I think it look like watch. Okay, this is your watch. This is your class watch. Okay, let me write a class name here. This is your class watch. So watch will have few attributes, right? Watch will have few attributes. So for the watch, we will have, okay, so let me write here. In the design, you'll have a class watch here. You'll have a class watch. Okay, a watch will have color. Okay, I'll just give the color attribute color. A watch will have a price. Watch will have a brand. Let us write it below. Okay, watch will have a brand. And watch will have a type. Um, okay, so let it be. Then we'll go for watch details method. We'll go for watch details method. Now here you have to do constructor overloading. Constructor overloading and constructor chaining. Constructor chaining. So this is your homework for today. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be checking you guys. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be checking your homework. I might ask any one of you to send your design in your group. Okay, in a Q talk, I will ask you. Okay, surely I will ask any one of you. I will choose any one of you after the class starts, and I'll ask you to send the design. Okay, whatever you have done. So to send that, I'll ask you. So you guys have to be ready with the code so that you have to execute it. Okay. Yes, guys. Okay, have you understood constructor overloading and chaining? Have you understood constructor overloading and chaining, everyone? Okay, guys. So here, see in a non-static members, okay, in a non-static members, we have seen non-static variable. One second. In a non-static and non-static members. So in a non-static members, we have seen we have seen non-static variable, non-static variable we have seen, and we have seen non-static method. We have seen non-static initializer, and we have seen constructors. Constructor. Okay, so we are done with variable, method, initializer, and constructor. Now we can proceed with our oops concept. So today we'll be getting into our oops means object oriented programming programming system. Okay, object oriented programming system, we call it as a oops. Okay, you can call it as a system, or you can call it as a language. System or a language. So this is called as oops. Okay, object oriented programming system or programming language. Now in this oops, see, oops means what? Object oriented means whatever you take in a Java, okay, we take everything as an object. We take every object as an object in our Java, okay. Every living element or non-living element which has existence in real life, everything we will be taking as a object oriented only. Now, in this, basically we have four principles of whoops. We have four principles of whoops. We have four principles of whoops. So first principle is, okay, your encapsulation. Second one is inheritance. Third one is polymorphism, and the fourth one is abstraction. Fourth one is abstraction. Okay, so these are the four principles of your OOPS. These are four principles of four principles of OOPS. Okay, now, so today we will start with your encapsulation. Today we will start with your encapsulation. Okay, so our first concept for today is encapsulation. Okay, I have one question for you. Okay, guys, tell me now. Excuse me. So suppose, assume you wanted some cash to withdrawn. You want a cash. You are doing some payment now. That merchant is not accepting a card or online payment. They're expecting you to pay in cash. So what you will do? You will go to a nearby ATM. Maybe you have a SBI ATM nearby. SBI ATM. Okay, let us have your monitor for the ATM here. Monitor for the ATM, and here is a place to keep a card. Okay, you can go for keeping a card here, and here you have a place to withdraw amount. You have a place to withdraw amount. Okay, before that you need a keyboard here, right, to enter the password, and below you will get the amount, and here somewhere here you will enter your insert your card. So here you'll have keyboard. Okay, the thing is not these things. I'll not ask any questions regarding this. Now, here, as soon as you enter, something will be visible on. Okay, now you will have one card. Assume you have one card, and that card is ICICI ATM card. You have a card, you have a card, and you have a chip for that card, and it is in a silver color. Okay, it is in a silver color, and your card is in blue color. Okay, ATM is in um, gray color. Monitor is in pink, pink, pink. Okay, let me be. Now here you have a card. Okay, that is your ICICI ATM. Okay, ICICI card. Okay, you can go for ICICI card. So here we have ICICI. Let me write it in the above. So you have ICICI debit card. You have a debit card here. Now you guys tell me, if you insert this card inside a SBI ATM, do you withdraw cash? Can you withdraw cash? Can you withdraw cash? If you're inserting ICICI card into this SBI ATM, okay, you can insert, you can get a okay. Now, see, do you feel like yes, limited amount there are okay, whatever you for what for a payment, what you will do? A minimum 100,000, that much you can do. Obviously, you can withdraw some amount. Minimum, maximum 10,000 you can withdraw from a bank. I mean, from ATM. Okay, so I think pretty or rich. Okay, we can only withdraw 10K per day in an ATM. Okay, so here what happens? Okay, you are inserting a card, you are drawing amount. Okay, fine. Now my question is, this is not exact question. Okay, pretty, it's okay. Yeah. So my question is here. I have one more question, main question. Now one before that question is, do you feel that all your information is in a safe hands in your bank? You have provided your PAN, you have provided Aadhaar, you have provided all your personal details, you have provided all the mass cards to create an account. Only for one creating one just one account, you have provided all these details. Now, do you feel whatever the data we have given there is secure? Okay. Oh, all confidential. Okay, fine. Now, okay, you guys tell me, in ICICI debit card, in this, whatever the SIM you have here, whatever the SIM you have here, now, in this ICICI debit card, you have all details of yours. Now, when you're inserting your card in the SBI's ATM, see, ICICI server is different, SBI server is different. Now, how this server is interchanging the information through the cloud. Now, how this server is interchanging the information? How SBI server is communicating with ICICI server without giving your personal information. Now, how is it giving your data? How it is validating your account? How it is validating your password? Hacking is there, so not fully safe. Yeah, of course, it's not fully safe. Okay, but still. Now you guys tell me. Do you guys have any idea? See, SBI ATM will be taking the information from the debit card. It's through the SIM because inside the SIM only all your information is there. So your ICICI debit card also provides some information, and SBI ATM also checks the information. Now through the cloud, okay, through the cloud, everything will be happening. Now, do you guys think your all your data is safe? Do you guys think all your data is safe? No, all confidential, all confidential. Is it true? All your data is safe? Okay, now how many of you feel your data is still safe? Just answer me that. Just answer me that. How many within banks it is safe? See, we can't trust anyone. We can't trust anyone, guys. No, we can't. See, you if you are working, no, you can't even trust your colleague. You can be friendly, but you can't trust anyone. Here, see, this world is like that. You can't trust people just like blindly. You don't know this. You do this ICICI, don't know SBI, SBI don't know ICICI. What is this? They are just working together to give you the amount, right? So here ICICI debit card has information of yours and SBI ATM. You have it here, and your data is given. Your data is given, but okay, might not. Okay. So yes, guys, you are correct. See, it is not safe, but they will be not be able to hack. They will be able to get a few information about yours, like account number is matching or not. They can just know if it is matching or not. They can just know if a password is matching or not. They can just know if the balance is matching or not. Only matching or not, with all the validation and the verification they can know. This SBI ATM server directly can't access all your information. All your information you cannot, it cannot access. It cannot get your Aadhaar number. It cannot get what all other details. It can just go for your validation, like whether your account is there in that bank, account number is matching or not, password is there, balance is matching. See how it will see. Assume you have 5K in your account. I think you have more than that. Assume you have 5K in the account. Okay, 5K in the account you have. Now if you're trying to withdraw 5,500, now will it withdraw? Will it withdraw 5,500? If you're trying to withdraw, you have current balance only, you have 5,000. So of course it will not be withdrawn. So here the data is validated and verified. So both validation and verification both are done. And your data is not shared here. Data is not shared. It is only validated and verified. Only validation and verification is done safely or securely. You can't trust anyone. So one bank will never provide the details of one person to another bank. So one customer is very important for a bank. So one customer details also it will not give to another bank. So it's highly confidential. It will not be sharing anything, but validation and verification is done. But ma'am, to account number all details are attached. See, all details are accessed by system. See, I say the people who are going for debit card, no, like people company, I say a company, they are having debit card. They will not give you full information. They will not give you your other number. They will not give PAN number. Okay, there will be internally there will be some code which will be verifying, validating and verifying. Here directly it will not be able to access. See, directly you can't access. SBI ATM SBI server directly can't access ICICI details. Okay, your account details it can't access. It can only validate and verify. That's it. You can't access. It can't access actually. Account number, phone number, everything is attached, but still that is hidden inside your ICICI account. And inside your card, no, here whatever the SIM you have, here only necessary details are there. Only necessary details like your account number is fine. Account number will be matched, okay, and name doesn't care, and you'll go for password matching as well as a balance verification. It will take an input from you and it will give out the input from you. So here without without sharing the important data, okay, without sharing important data, here securely and safely the data has been validated. I mean validation is done, and also verification also is done. So after validating and verifying, and here this sim plays an important role. Here this sim plays an important role. And for your information, you don't need the whole sim you don't need. Okay, sim one you don't need. Only this part is enough for withdrawing. Whatever information you have, no, here you just have a card numbers. Those are all extras. uh, Expiry, starting expiry date you'll have, but actually telling, for withdrawing only this part of ATM card is enough. Okay, so here data is validated and verified and never transferred. I mean, directly it can't access. I mean, it is transferred, but in a safe and secure way, in such a way that whatever SBI ATM does, it can't access, it can't have a full authority on the details of your ICICI account. SBI ATM cannot have a full authority on your ICICI account details. Okay. So have you guys understood? And this all happens through cloud. If you have learned cloud, you will understand this. Okay, I mean through servers, you can tell through servers it will happen. Okay, so guys, did you get an idea here? Here for the ICICI customer details, direct access will not be provided. Direct access is avoided. Direct access, direct access to the details is avoided. Direct access is not given, but instead indirect access is given. Indirect access through what? You will learn it. Okay, you will learn it. So to solve this, to tackle it, we'll be learning your encapsulation. Ma'am, ICICI ATM access all details are work same as SBI. See, you have account in ICICI, right? Account in ICICI. See, every bank is can't have their customers' details as confidential. Never, none of the bank, until it's a police verification or some other related to government thing or something you have done. So until then, and you have, some corruption is going on. Until then, no bank will give you any details. So obviously, it is safe. Suppose if you go for one, okay, union card if you have, okay, union card if you have, and you gone for ICICI ATM. If you're placing union card inside ICICI ATM, still the same will happen. Whatever the process happened between these two, no, the same process will happen between union card and ICICI ATM. Same process will happen. Same process will happen. Okay. So this is how your data will be accessed. Here you will be providing indirect access. So SBI ATM will give a request for the server. Whose server? Which server? SBI ATM first it will give a request to the server of ICICI, and through the ICICI, what are the details, account details you have, only the needed necessary details only will be accessed, and it will be validated. It will not show you the data. You cannot access the direct details of the ICICI customer. You can't access. SBI ATM will give a request to the server, and this request will be accepted by ICICI server, and it will give only the necessary information. That's it. And this is how it will happen. And you'll also, for checking balance, for validating everything, only we will go for functions. Okay, though using those functions only we'll be able to validate and verify, and we can give back the response, and the response will go back to SBI ATM, and you all the responses will be validated and verified. Then you will withdraw cash. Okay, then you will withdraw the cash. Okay, so this is what happens. No server will provide no direct access to any other servers, because people can easily hack everything. Hackers are there. They can easily hack everything. So that is why, yes, they will surely protect it from unauthorized access. Yes, surely it will happen. Yes. Okay, I hope you have understood. Guys, now you got an idea how you can have a direct access, like how this communication is going on. Have you understood now how the communication within your ATM and um, account? Okay, guys. Just a minute, I'm getting a call. Just a minute, guys. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me, I just got a call. Excuse me. Yeah. So how this process is done in second? You go for advanced Java, understand APIs, how the request will be sent, and how the response will be there. Everything you'll understand. In seconds, it will be done. Okay, in seconds. See how if you call a person, how within second the call is going to the satellite. I mean nearby the whatever the tower you have, and within seconds it will go to 1,000 miles far. Also, it will go. How it is going? How this process is happening within second? Because of signal, because of waves and the bandwidth. So it has there is so much concept you have to learn. So leave all those. This process will happen in second, and physically using coding you have to learn this. You have to learn APIs. Okay, that you'll do in upcoming advanced classes. You'll do here. You will not learn about that. Here you will just learn the concept, and regarding that you'll be learning different applications. Okay, so you'll be learning how this is done in API classes and advanced classes. Okay. Okay, guys. So now let us go for your first principle of whoops, that is your encapsulation. Encapsulation. Okay. So what do you mean by encapsulation? Very simple. Encapsulation is it's a process of binding, binding the state and behavior, binding the state and excuse me binding the state and behavior of an object. See, an object will have an attribute. You can take attribute and behavior or state and behavior. So, binding the attributes and behavior of an object together is called as your encapsulation. So, encapsulation is a process of binding attributes and the behavior of an object together is called as encapsulation. Now, okay. So, if you're taking a capsule, okay, have you ever taken a capsule which looks like this in your lifetime? And first half will be one color and one more another half will be one color, right? Have you ever taken? There will be kind of medicines inside that, right? There will be some medicines, some small balls will be there. Have you ever taken this kind of medicine anytime in your life? Medicine, this kind of medicine have you taken? Okay, you have taken. Okay. So now you guys tell me why this medicine is kept within that cover, that medicine cover. Why is it kept? Why can't they give openly? Why they can't okay take the medicine through the hand? Why they can't give? Why they can't give this small medicines inside directly with their hand? Why are they protecting it? Why it is happening? To protect it from germs, to protect it from germs, right? So here we are capsuling it. This is called as to avoid moisture, to avoid bacteria, viruses, and everything. External things should, external humidity, everything should not be avoid. I mean, should not attack this inside whatever the tablet is there, whatever the medicine is there. So to avoid the germs from the external world, we will be safely covering this medicine. So here you are capsuling it. Here you are capsuling, and here In case if you're taking this data as a, I mean this inside medicine as a attribute, and if you're taking this medicine cover as a behavior, so here you are binding the attribute with the behavior of a capsule. You are binding the attribute and the behavior of a capsule. Okay, you are binding it means you are keeping it together. You're keeping it together to achieve encapsulation. Okay, encapsulation means it's a process of binding attributes with a behavior. So you'll be binding, assume attributes are the inside medicine and the cover is a behavior. To access the attributes you have to go through the behavior, means to access a variable you have to go through a method. Encapsulation means binding a variable and method. Binding a variable and method is called as encapsulation. If you want to access a variable, you have to go through the method first. If you want to access, one second, if you want to go for accessing a method, listen carefully everyone. If you want to go for accessing a method, okay, first if you want to access inside medicine, what you'll do, directly you'll open and take medicine? No, you will swallow the whole capsule. You will swallow the whole capsule. When you swallow the whole capsule, so in outside the whatever the outer cover which will be developed in starch, that will be melted, then the stomach can access this inside medicine, then it can be absorbed. So here first you have to go through the outer layer, then you have to go into the inside data here, which means first you have to go through the method. If you want to access, if you want to access the if you want to access the medicine inside, if you want to access the medicine inside, you have to go through the outer layer. Outer layer means method, and inner layer attribute are that. If you want to access attribute, you have to go through the method. Okay, so like this you can capsule an element, capsule an object. Okay, so what happened? Someone asked a question here. Preeti, are you there? Okay. So many of your okay. So people, this not entertain because okay, yeah, okay, fine. So here, see guys, this is your life, and I want you guys to attend the class. But if you're leaving, I don't have any problem. But later you should not blame me for not giving good mark ratings. Okay. So attribute means variable and behavior. Method means non-static. Okay, I will tell you the differences now. So what all you can call as what? Okay, don't get confused. Okay, now I'll give you a normal, write anywhere in your notes. So if you're taking a method, okay, and if you're taking a variable, method can also be called as function. Method can also be called as a function. Variable can also be called as a data member. Okay, you can go for data function here, and you can go for data member here. Okay, so function can also be called as a behavior. Okay, and variable can be called as an attribute. Okay, if I use a method, or if I use a function, if I use a behavior, all these three are same. And and if I use a variable or a data member or an attribute, all these are same. Okay, so method, function, behavior means the method only. Variable, data member, attribute means same, it is normal variable only. Okay, so this is how in advancedly you cannot use method, or you cannot use a variable. You'll tell it's an attribute, it's a behavior. So you have to use this advanced words. You can use an attribute or you can use a behavior when it comes to your object. When it is in respect to the object, you can use attribute for a variable, and you can use a behavior for a method. Behavior for a method. Okay, so this is the different names you can call through. Okay, so guys, yes, so have you guys understood whatever has been done today? Have you ever, I mean, have you guys understood what all has been done today? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, you can let me know. Any doubts you have? Understood? No doubts. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. And we are also lagging behind. So we how we apply encapsulation, that we'll study in your next class, because just 2 minutes is there. So surely we can't understand full encapsulation within this 2 minutes. Just remember the logic I told you for ATM and the um, card. Okay, just remember the logic, that logic, and this medicine logic. We will continue with our encapsulation in tomorrow's class. Okay, excuse me. So guys, pyramid number program when I tracing. Okay, when you're tracing, you have a doubt. Pyramid. Okay, normal triangle. Excuse me. Okay, which pattern you're asking? In space side, I have doubt. Which one? So this pyramid you're asking, because we have half pyramid and so many pyramids we have. Are you asking this? Are you asking this? Okay. Have we done this? Have we done full pyramid? Have you done in your pattern programming class? Have you done this pyramid? Let me know now. Have you done this? Yes. Um, we have done one program. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'll just open your Eclipse here. So we have done a program for your. Okay, one second. So there you have to just apply one logic. You'll be getting it. So where is the basics of Java here? Um, okay, large triangle. Okay, fine. Half pyramid. Mm, okay, we have half pyramid. Okay, fine. Not this. Just a minute, guys. I'll just get your code and you have to just change a little thing there. Um, Inverted half pyramid. Okay, not this actually. One second. Okay, okay, it's already 9-1. Okay, I'll explain you now itself. Okay. So we will join at 9:10. Okay. Okay, we'll join at 9:10. I'll just send you a Google Meet link. Just a minute. Just wait a minute. I will send you a Google link. You can join there. I will teach you that. Okay. So yeah, one second. Or can you wait here only 10 minutes because it's already 9:1. So can you wait here itself? Again, creating that and okay, just wait a minute here. I'll just get some water and come. Just wait a minute. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. So so we have done one design, right? We have done for inverted half pyramid one. So I think we have this. Yeah, we have done this. See here, we have gone for printing spaces. Yes, you guys remember? You guys remember? We have gone for printing spaces as we have gone for printing the hashtags. So what was your output there? Have you understood this logic? You guys have understood this logic? This code, I mean this pattern. Have you guys understood inverted half pyramid, inverted rotated by 180 degree? Have you understood this logic, right? The same logic only. But see what happens if we give a space in between here? What happens if we keep giving space in between here? See, every time we give one space here, suppose assume now after printing hashtag, we'll give one space here. In a printing hashtag, in a printing hashtag here, so instead of just printing the hashtag, if you give a space, one tab space, you will be getting your triangle. You will be getting your triangle or pyramid, you can call this. So what's happening here is every time you're printing a hashtag, you're having a space here. You're printing a hashtag space, printing hashtag space, printing hashtag space. Okay, you're printing hashtag space, printing hashtag space. So after every hashtag, you're printing one tab space. Are you guys getting? I mean, Priti, are you getting? One hashtag will be there, one space, hashtag space, and everywhere hashtag space. So because of increasing space, every time we print a hashtag, we are also providing a space. So because of the space, you already created a for loop for number format, please. Okay, wait a second. So here we are already having a for loop for printing the spaces. Yes, for loop for spaces already is there. But printing hashtag, we have one more for loop. In that for loop, what we are doing, while you are printing a hashtag, you are also printing one space. So when you simply we input space in program. Yeah, that's it. That's all your code is. This is very easiest way. Excuse me. So this is one of the easiest way you can go for this pyramid. Okay, you can go for this pyramid just by providing a space after every asterisk. If you are trying to print a space or one tab space, you will be getting your pyramid. Okay, so what is this? Please repeat in number format. Number format, um, which one with numbers? Okay, inverted half pyramid with numbers. Okay, you're getting this right. Like star I need in numbers, man. Star. Okay, you want this star pattern? One second. Star you need in numbers. So what you're asking, okay, just a minute. So you want like this pattern you're asking. Okay, before you did in star, now we now need in number, mama. Not it's not a star, it's a hashtag. Star means it's a different. This is a hashtag. So before I did in hashtag, star now need in numbers. Okay. So same program. Okay, instead of going for your hashtag here, you can go for numbers also. Like which number you want to print here? Do you want any continuous numbers you want like we have done in Floyd's triangle? Or if you just want, you can go for this 1 to 5. Okay, you can go for this. So first triangle, I mean first one here, you can go for 1. Yes, 1 second. Okay, let me write it here. So you can go for 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, like this we'll get it in case if you're going for numbers here. So what we'll do here, instead of printing the hashtag here, we will go for printing a variable j. We'll be going for printing a variable j. Let us execute this. So are you getting in a number? Yes, Preeti? Got it? 1 to 5 only we have. 1 to 5 we have in numbers. Understood? Explain the program once. Okay, so here what we are doing here is, you have understood how to print spaces here, right? 5 minus I. So when I is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, it is 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1 means 4. So 4 times we'll be printing the space. 4 times we'll be printing the space. When I is equal to, when I is equal, I mean j is equal to 5 minus I, that is 5 minus 1 is 4. When 5 minus 1 is 4, okay, I'll explain you first one for loop. 5 minus 1, 4. 5 minus 2, 3. 5 minus 3, 2. 5 minus 2, 1. And 5 minus 0, I mean 5 minus 5 is 0. So like this, we are reducing the spaces in this for loop. In this for loop. And here for printing the hashtag here. So after printing, one hashtag here, what happens? The space has emerged here. Okay. So here we are giving tab space. We do Floyd's triangle. We just do number plus plus na just below. Uh, yeah, yeah. That is what no Floyd's triangle. You are incrementing outside the for loop. Outside the outer for loop, you're incrementing so that it is a local variable in the method, but it's outside the for loop. So it is acting like a global, and you can access it there. So it will be applicable there only. If you're mentioning it in the for loop, then surely it will get reinitialized. Every time freshly it will start. So we don't want that. That is why we have initialized in the outer of the for loop. Okay. So first time, okay, you're printing 4 spaces. Okay, let me write here. So first time you're printing 4 spaces. One, two, three, four. One hashtag. Okay. One hashtag how? Your j is less than or equal to I. So you already know this logic, right, Preeti? So enough time is there. Okay. So you know the logic, right, for printing this hashtag. Have you traced this code? Okay, so first time what you will get, 1 is less than or equal to 1. Condition is true, so you'll get only 1. So here in the place here, now you'll be getting 1. Okay, so after that condition, if you increment, it will become 2, 2 less than 1. No, condition is wrong. We'll go increment the value of I again. So I will become 2. I will become I will become 2 now. So 5 minus 2 is how much? It is 3. So 5 minus 2 is 3. We'll go for 1, 2, 3 tab space. 3 spaces will be going for. And after here, so next here, 2 is less than or equal to 1. Condition is true. I mean, first one. 1 is less than or equal to condition is true. So I'll be getting 1 for the first time. Space. Next, increment by 1. J will be 2. 2 less than or equal to 2. It is not less than, but it's equal to 2. 2 is equal to 2. So we'll be printing the value of J, that is 2. So we'll be getting 2 here. So after that, we'll increment by 1. 2, I mean 3 less than or equal to condition is false. So we'll be exiting, and control will take you to the next line. So next I will be increased by 1. It will become 3. So 5 minus 3 is how much? 2. So we'll be going for 2 tab space. 1, 2. 2 tab space we are going for. Next here 1 is less than or equal to 3. So currently when j is equal to 1, here 1 you will be getting, okay, space, because you are printing the space here, right? Okay, next again we'll increment, j will become 2. 2 less than 3, condition is true, so we'll be going for 2 here. One space is there. Next again, if you increment, j will become 3. 3 less than or equal to 3, not less than, but it's equal to, so we'll be printing 3 here, because the j value, current value of j is 3. Okay, next here, again if you increment, it will become 4. 4 less than or equal to 3, condition is false. We'll go and increment again by 1, it will become 4. So 5 minus 4 is how much? It is 1. So after going to a new line, only one tab space will be there. Only one tab space will be there. After that, 5 minus 4 is 1. So 1 tab space is there. Now 1 is less than or equal to 4. So 1 is less than or equal to 4. Now 4 times you'll be getting it. 1 less than or equal to 4. 1 space 2 space 3 space 4. So after that, it will be taking you to the next line. Now 5 minus, now I value is how much now? Incrementing 5, increment by 5. Now 5 minus 5 is 0. So no spaces will be there. 0 spaces will be there. Now 1 is less than or equal to 5. Now 5 times you'll be getting, starting from here, no space will be there. So 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space, 5 space. So like this, you got a flight triangle. Again, if you increment, it will become 6. So 6 is not less than or equal to 5. So Here you will be going for wrong, the condition will be wrong here, so you'll exit the outer for loop. So this is how you got the pyramid with numbers. Super. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, Ankit. No problem. Everything is in your hands only, guys. I think I've not taught this program pyramid, right? I think I've yeah, not taught. So this is very easy. You can go for tracing it. Yeah. Okay, Samiksha. Yeah. Okay, guys. That's it for today, and I'll see you guys in tracing by myself. Yeah, yeah. You can. Thanks for your effort. It's my job, man. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Tris, yeah, Preeti, you can trace by yourself. Okay. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's class. And we'll start encapsulation beautifully in tomorrow's class. Okay. Any doubts? Any other doubts you guys have? Anywhere? Any other doubts? Let me know if you have. No. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's class. Have a great evening. Take care. Bye bye. Good night.